Today, from Memphis, Tennessee, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Josh Allen and the Memphis Egyptians versus Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 23. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Miami.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
2nd down and 7. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot. That way, too.
close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw again on second down. Allen. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Ingram, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. It's the fullback with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On play action, Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Hartman. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off, because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
options galore here. Second and a few inches. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Throwing now is Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Hartman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Egyptians have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Through one quarter, 14-7. Our score. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Richardson. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant, A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Allen's throw is complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Allen going to get this one to Singletary. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, a leap, and he's got it. He got it. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run the counter. Singleton. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Richardson now to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Waddle, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They'll try to run this one in. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. It's the fullback with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
On 1st down, it's Blake. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Richardson. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this 1st half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back now comes the offense. Madden spotlight time as we shine it on Josh Allen. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're able to get this one across. The 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Singletary. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and a couple, Allen. And he will find Davis. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. He finds his man, complete. That's Hartman. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Allen to throw once more. Over the middle, complete. It's Hartman. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 22, Allen. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hartman. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start with one of the classic matchups in the NFL. A lot of pageantry between these two teams. Pittsburgh heading down to take on Dallas. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. The Vikings seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And right now they have the...
And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 up to the 33. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Henry Ruggs. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and...
Second, was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says that the slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch? Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
They'll run on first down. Singletary, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. To throw, it's Allen. It's caught by Davis. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for the Dolphins.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Check, 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 check.
On 1st down, Singleton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club. So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Watch twins. Watch twins. No.
They'll keep it on the ground. Blake, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
48 month. Let's go one more.
Back to throw. Richardson. That is caught by Cohen. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Blake, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Here's Ingram. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Ingram. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Singletary to get the drive started. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
You can't block me. 55 mine.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Out on the right, this is Cruz. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Allen going to throw. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play's supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 63 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Check 55 to line. Check 55 to line.
Allen now looks to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To the air, Allen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over
as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
On 1st down, Singleton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll run on first down. Mullins, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 6.
Check 48 to the line. Check 48 to the line. Roll.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
48 money. And let's get that ball. Let's get that ball right here.
Looking to throw. Richardson. Reception here by Ruggs. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here we go. 60 Eagles. Watch your pass. Jump.
On first down, Singleton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
68 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Get off the field. Check the backer.
They'll run on first down. Mullins. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd and goal from the 1.
He'll try again.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point safely through, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On second and a long way to go. Allen, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. And this offense on third down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be third and forever. And my goodness, another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
We got 4. We got 4. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins look like they're going to be moving to 6-0 as they extend that lead even further. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able. To slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Hartman. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From midfield, here's Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Hartman. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And it's caught by the tight end Cameron. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On first down, Singleton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They'll run on first down. Singleton, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.